welcome back. Why do I sound like a 1950s jazz singer?
Who's beeping?
It's my air fryer. Okay, we got a lot of things going on over here at the Eris and Rios household. Okay, we got air fryers, we got microwaves, we got regular fryers. That's not true because I don't want to burn this place down. Hi, Judy.
Hi, Ryan. Wait, I'm sorry. Is it dinner time for you guys? We could really adjust the timing here.
No. You're fine. It's not even you. It's just this week for me because my brother came into town last week. I'm going to tell you more, or not last week, yesterday.
Mhm.
I'm going to tell you more about that in a little bit. But he
Okay.
came into town yesterday, and so that's why I moved our recording session. So today we're just trying to keep things normal. I would much rather live my life and have my beautiful girlfriend cook dinner behind me or on the side of me while I do a podcast rather than have to miss out on it with you. So,
Yeah. Okay.
you know
Fair.
why?
Fair.
Because a lot of people last week, by the way, welcome to the show, everyone. I think, you know what I think we should call it?
What should we call it?
A conversation with Ryan and Judy.
Oh, I like that. Oh, I like that. I think that's a really good idea.
Okay, baby, she
Okay.
likes it.
Okay.
Yay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that's what this is.
Yes.
You know? Oh, I lost you there. Okay.
No, why? Bah.
It was going so well.
Because why did it do that? I don't. Where were we?
First we got the title of the show.
Yes, we just came up with the title of the show,
Yes.
Conversation with Ryan and Judy.
Yes, I love that.
Because honestly, we were talking about it last week. I don't really want this to be anything like heavy,
Hmm.
like make either of us feel like this is something that we have to do ever. Like, if we miss a week here or there, or if you're sick or you're busy or whatever, I want you to feel like it's fine to not do it.
Hmm.
I want you to know that I'm going to feel fine if that happens. Like if I miss. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
don't worry.
I'll be fine.
Could be like on the couch, be like, nah, not tonight.
It's okay. I'm sure there'll be days where that happens.
Wow, you have so much faith in me.
No, I mean for me, like today, I got home and I'm like exhausted from work. It's been such a hectic day. And I get home like first it stormed last night, so my car is disgusting. So I had to take it to the car wash, right? What?
It was raining here too.
Yeah, okay, so I know it's monsoon season out there because that's a thing in Vegas, which I know of. And my husband thought that was weird. He's like monsoon season. I was like, yeah, it's a thing. Nobody knows that doesn't live in that area about monsoon season.
I can tell it became a heated conversation, didn't it?
Like, yeah, monsoon season.
Like
But
I could already tell your husband was like, yeah, but like it's the desert. How monsoony could it be? And you were like, look, motherfucker.
right, like I had to show him all the videos of the flash floods and all the flooding that happened in Las Vegas.
That's love, making your husband sit through videos of flash floods.
Exactly.
God.
No, okay, but according to like the news out here, it had been 67 days since it's rained, like measurable rain out here, and it's been bad. It's so bad, but it finally stormed last night, so.
Well, good. Well, good.
But yeah, but so I get, I'm like, coming home, like, great. I have to sit in traffic, go to the car wash to get this car cleaned, go home, like, it's just dreading it. Like, it's been such a long day. But
and then you have to stare at me for like 45 minutes. Well, that was the plan, except then I have to go back and forth while I'm brokering this toy arms deal between my ex-wife, my child, and my mom.
wait, your mom is in the mix too?
Of course she's in the mix. Are you serious?
Was she the one who wanted to get it in the first place?
No, but like, so Asher, my kid, he's getting to that age where he's old enough to start being responsible and learning about how to be responsible with money, right?
Good. Mm-hmm.
So we've had him collecting money in his piggy bank, his birthday money, Christmas money. And around our house, I think his mom is doing something similar, not sure, but around our house, we also have him earning an allowance to take care of the dog.
Mm-hmm.
So I get a phone call from the kid, and he's like, Dad, I want to buy roller skates and roller skate sneakers, but I need $90.
But I need 90.
How much money do I have in my bank account? And don't worry, I'll wait. You take as long as you need to count. I'll wait. So then I'm like, because I know how much approximately he has, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay, well, just tell mommy to pay for it. And whatever your piggy bank does not have in it, we'll just take that out of your allowance for the next couple weeks until you earn it back. Right. But I'll pay for it all right now, so don't worry about it.
Mm-hmm.
And so then he goes, cool. Can you tell that to mommy? So, I tell his mom, and she's like, okay. And they go, oh, but Dad, we gotta call Nanny first. I guess he's got a piggy bank at my house. He's got one at his mom's house, and he has one at my mom's house, right?
Yeah.
So of course he calls his nanny, and apparently what happened is this little dude just sweet talked himself into getting a $75 cash certificate from the Bank of Nanny. So all he's got to do is come up with $15, which is what he essentially has in his mom's piggy bank. So
at the end, he doesn't have to use his piggy bank at your house.
At the end, yes, he's got the golden parachute of the Bank of Nanny, and that's all that matters.
I mean, I'm surprised he didn't go there first, honestly.
Well, no, I'm not surprised, only because one, he's not a piece of shit. But
that's grandma. That's what grandmas are there for.
Not everyone is on Twitter begging all the time, okay? Gee.
Look, I'm just saying, grandmas are a different breed. Whenever you see them, they hand you $20 just because. My grandma still did that to me when I went back home.
Fine, I understand that.
Right?
What I'm saying, one, there's a difference between. You're not gonna full tangent me, but there is a difference between you visiting your grandma or your grandma just randomly sending you $20, or you calling your grandma and saying, yo, I'm trying to get these sneakers real quick. What's up? Run me those racks, grandma.
I mean, okay, fine. You're not wrong there. Okay.
Okay. But also, you wouldn't be surprised only if you've heard him talk about money. Like, honestly, the money to him, like, he just wanted to be able to share it with everyone. It's like he didn't want to spend any of it on his own, right?
Yeah.
So now that he's finding out about that he can use on his own, he wants to, but he's gonna learn very quickly what it's like to not have any allowance or not have any piggy bank money. So.
Yeah, and I'm glad that you're teaching
glad
him.
He's gonna run out of money.
No, I'm just saying you're teaching him a valuable lesson. Like, technically, you're kind of, if he did take money out of his piggy bank that he didn't have, that's like debt, right? But kids don't know about debt. And so he has to earn that money back. I think it's a good lesson for our kids.
Adults shouldn't have to know about that either. This is kind of bullshit.
Who doesn't know?
I'm saying adults shouldn't have to.
Yeah, but it'd be like that. So.
It'd be like that. All right.
But which is why we have to work.
Look at you with the for the segue. Because you wanted to. So all things being honest, as is tradition around here, we messed up our first recording. So last week's episode will not be airing anywhere. And the reason is because half of the audio didn't get recorded.
It's just you talking to yourself.
Exactly. Just hang on.
You gotta post that in bloopers somewhere.
I'm honestly, so like on my YouTube channel on Tuesdays, I like to just put out a clip of just out of context stuff.
Mhm.
So I'll probably end up just doing that if I clip it out. Just me going,
You just look so funny. What's happening right now?
I like how my hair moves too.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Bounce. Oh, but so last week we basically caught up with each other, right?
Mhm.
So
Yes,
now
because it had been years.
it legitimately have been. Um, and now we get to talk about whatever. And Judy had the idea to talk about work. So
Yes.
it really works out for me because I just started up at my old job again. I was
Okay.
at a new job and then that didn't work out. So now I'm back at selling insurance. Here we go.
Okay.
Uh, but yeah, I mean, more importantly than that, I want to hear about what you've had going on because honestly, it sounds like a telenovela is going to be written about your life, especially the work stuff, the way like how you had to struggle and come out of that struggle a stronger woman.
You know what? Yes, there should be a telenovela made about my life
There
journey
should be a telenovela
from
about Filipino
from
American.
there's a word for that in like those Filipino soap operas. I just don't know what they're called.
I
That would
grew
be
up
my
in
mom question because she
all I
watches
know is
them.
telenovela.
But anyways, okay, so as most of our old listeners know, I don't know whoever's gonna listen to our conversation here, but I used to work two jobs in Las Vegas. I worked from I think it was like 2018 was when I started working two jobs fully, I guess. So my first full-time job started at 8 in the morning and then I get off at 5. I worked at my second job from 6 till about 10, 10:30, 11 at night.
Where was the first job at?
So my oh, should I talk about that? Can I
I mean,
say?
you could say like I'm not saying like bash them or anything, but you could say that you worked at a college and did like collegiate administrative stuff.
That's kind of like pinpointing to where I worked at, right? And there's only one technical college. Whatever.
There is
Anyways.
UNLV, there is CSN, there's Nevada State College.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Nevada State.
Oh,
Lonely one up on the hill.
Reno's got some shit around here, I'm sure. I'm just saying.
You're right. But you know what? I will talk about my experience. Let me just say, not that it was a bad experience. Like my boss is great, all of my coworkers are great. Because they're a state facility, they're limited to their salary range.
Unless you're a football coach.
Unless you're, yeah, if you're not like anything other than administrative work, you're fine. But if you're in the administrative positions within UNLV, you're
For
kind
any,
of shit out of luck.
and for anyone who doesn't understand the joke, what I mean is if you look at the public salary of any state,
Hmm.
it's like 40 out of the 50 states, your number one highest paid public servant is either the head football coach or the head basketball coach of a college.
Yeah. I
So,
mean, and that's just public knowledge. It's out there.
well,
You
it's
just
public
Google it.
knowledge for you and me because we're fucking sports fanatics, right? Like, you want to do a topless Twitch talking sports at one point. But
I did. Oh,
But like, my girlfriend doesn't know shit about how collegiate sports work,
yeah.
except for soccer, maybe. But no one cares about soccer in America. In
A lot
America,
of people care. The
not the
World Cup is coming here.
I'm so tired about
You guys
this.
can come out to Dallas. They have
Don't
Dallas is
shut up. Shut.
one of the sites.
But she invited us. No, she didn't invite us.
We have a spare room out here. If you guys need it, we have a guest room.
Okay, before we book our flight, let's get back on topic.
Okay, sorry. Um, I'm gonna be open because I feel that people should be more freely open to talk about salaries and how much they make because one, I really think that was just a way companies held people back from either trying to get paid as much as their coworker gets paid, and they're like, getting the shit end of the deal. But anyways, I was making 38,000 a year. Okay. And on top of that, UNLV, because they're a public school entity, you had to pay into the public retirement system. And they took out, I want to say like 20% of my check towards retirement. And that's just money I never see.
That was pre-tax.
Pre-taxed, but you never see it.
No, but I'm
Unless,
saying like they were you because look, when you say I'm making 38K a year, I
mhm,
don't hear someone who would need to have to work 2 jobs. But then when you put it in perspective, they're taking 20% off of the gross. Then they're still taking my taxes out of that same 38,000. So in
mhm,
actuality, it's like you're making 28, 29,000 a year if you're lucky.
if that, yeah.
You
Plus, then
know,
you
so
have insurance coming out, you
it's
have
all of it. And
everything else.
that's the thing. People need to understand the perspective before, because
Mhm,
like I said, you're going to hear a number like 38,000, and if you don't put it all together, they're not going to understand why you
yeah.
needed to be at a second job for 4 to 6 hours a day.
Mhm. I mean, it was nice that every year you get like a step increase, like a merit increase. Okay, 3%. Big whoop, right? Like,
I would take it. I mean, I don't
I
get
mean,
nothing.
I would of course, anything is better than nothing. That's what always people, what people say. But so there's that, and you're barely making it. Plus, I had like bad spending habits. And I felt okay telling you 2018, 19, bad spending habits, racked up some
Right
credit
around the
card
time we were
bills,
hanging out.
and
Awesome.
what?
Right as we were hanging out. Awesome.
It is what it is. Okay, Ryan.
I'm just saying, like, look, I love you, and you worked hard for everything, right? So nothing was handed to you, and
Yeah.
you didn't complain about it ever. I never once. You would be out until 4 a.m., get 3 hours of sleep, and then go to work. Just like, all right, whatever. I put myself in this situation.
Right. It was my
Whatever,
fault.
whatever.
But I'm gonna make it to work regardless of what
I
happened.
I feel like maybe if you had not gone to the Golden Tiki as much, you wouldn't have to work as much.
You know what? You're probably right about that.
I don't know. I don't know.
But it is what it is. It was a great life lesson. And I mean, it made me a harder worker. Like, whatever,
No, I get what you're saying,
yeah.
definitely. Like, and it also, in my opinion, it makes you appreciate when you do have a job that makes it so that you don't have to have extra income somewhere, you know?
Yeah. Like I know I put myself in that position that I should needed to work a second job, essentially. But, I learned a lot from like working two jobs. You kind of gain extra skills. Like, my time management skills had been a lot better. Like,
Well, I
certain things like that. And
know for you specifically, like that second job literally led you to the rest of your life,
mhm,
you know? Because like because okay, so we get it
yeah.
anyway. So what was your second job?
So my second job, I worked for CPS,
Okay,
which
and what would you do?
what did I do at CPS?
Yeah.
So I worked in the placement unit. So whenever let's say parents get arrested or some guardian gets arrested and they have kids, they have to bring the kids somewhere, so they bring them to us.
I'm not trying to laugh. I'm so sorry.
Why are you laughing? It's not funny.
I know it's not funny, but it's just like, because I would be, and it's like this with any job, right? Teachers, doctors, nurses, whatever, right?
Yeah.
I would go out and party it up with you. Like, I literally think I've had to shampoo my carpets on more than one occasion because of you.
Yes, that is 100% true, and you know what? I will say that. I mean, a couple pool parties, let's never
Right,
forget the pool party incident.
right. So just to hear that that version of Judy was also in charge of a young child's placement into a home. It
Lots
just,
of children, let me just say.
why are so many kids' parents beating each other?
It's Las Vegas is not a great place for it's a very transient city, I'll just say.
Okay.
But yeah, so that was my other job, and I really loved doing that job. But it was just my part-time gig.
Right.
And I never really I thought that's what I wanted to do, and I mean, I'll go back to this later because I looked into here in Dallas, but CPS workers do not make money. And it is one terrible. They're just like teachers, so underpaid. So underpaid. I will vouch for all the public service workers who do not get paid enough that they should be. But
I just
anyways,
feels like there's a theme, Judy.
yes, I'm just okay. I'm getting to like, whatever. So I get a new job, move to Dallas. Significantly my salary increases just by having one job. Great. But then when I moved to Dallas, I'm working back with another university. So I'm back stuck in like that same salary range where there's not much movement.
Right. Okay.
Not much movement, and they give you like, your same merit increases 3 to 5%. Fine. When I was like younger, I always thought that job hopping wasn't good. Like, I don't know if that was just how I grew up. Like, I thought people should stay at one job for the rest of their life.
No, so I've done some reading about this, right?
Hmm.
And I don't think you're wrong. I think when we were younger, and by younger I mean like even, you know, 15, no, even like 5 years ago, even,
Hmm.
it was not as accepted for someone to job hop. Now, I mean, obviously there were certain positions, like in certain sales roles or whatever, where it doesn't matter. As long as you can talk, they will take you,
Hmm.
right? But it wasn't the way that it seems like the way that this country has moved in general, like, we're seeing a change in it now, but like against unions and against pro-employee and all this stuff, and it makes it so that we've had to figure out ways in order to double our income, and if we have to, whether it's with the hustle culture, the second job, all those things.
Hmm.
And with that, I think it's brought on this mentality, especially then when we also had the great resignation of what, last year.
Hmm.
But it really does bring on the notion of it being okay to move around, because I have to take care of myself anyway. So if we as the masses feel okay with that, employers by proxy have to.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's my TED talk.
No, but I mean, it's true. That's the thing. Like, I never thought about moving jobs because it would take care of me. Like, I never thought about it in that sense until recently, because I left my job at a university for a, private healthcare company. And, this private healthcare company is like paying really good money for what I was doing at the university level, and making like 50% more than what that was paying, because they are a private entity. And universities, I don't know if anybody else out there works for universities, they have specific rules. Like, you can't get a promotion within your first year. You can't, they have a lot of restrictions on moving, like I said before.
State run ones, yeah.
But private healthcare companies, they don't care. If you need, like, if they see a need for you, like, you can get promoted within, your first 4 months, 5 months, what have you, as long as you show that you're a good employer, like, or you're sorry, not good employer, good employee, they'll listen to you. And that's what happened to me. Like, I started at my new job in March, and then a few months later, I got a promotion in July.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. And I just thought that, like, wow, if I stayed, in my old company or like with the university, I would not be anywhere near what I would be making salary-wise if I stay there for 5 more years.
Well, yeah, but then I mean, the flip side of that is that you get the security with working at a state job.
Yes, of course. Yep.
Because like honestly, you have to do some really dumb shit to get fired from a state job.
It's 100% true because that's not I was talking about my manager, like my first manager that hired me to that university when I moved out here. Yeah, she was something else. But she's
And
still employed, so
no, and that's how it is at most places. Like most places, bare minimum gets it done, especially if the money is just flowing in anyway. Like,
Mhm.
just I want to do just enough so I don't get yelled at.
Right. Exactly. But okay, so I wanted to ask you,
Okay,
have you ever needed to negotiate a salary?
I've had to do that a couple times. Like
Mhm.
honestly, I was very fortunate in my first full-time job in radio because the talent that I was working for had that structured into their contract how much I would get paid as their producer.
Mhm.
So I didn't have to worry about negotiating at that point. When I moved out of that, it was just a conversation, but it was a conversation of how much do you want to make? This is how much. Okay, well, this is what I'll offer you. Okay, I'll take it. Um, when I got to now that I do insurance, I always have a conversation about it. But the thing, in my opinion, with insurance is like it's all the same, right? Like some places will have a little some. Cause I'll put it this way: all the state farm agents or farmers agents or all state agents or progressive or whatever, right? They
Yeah.
all are working with the same pool, right? It's not like one of them has a cheat code so that they can get millions and millions and millions more dollars, right?
Right.
So they're all going to pay around the same area because they're all working with the same percentages. Some will pay a little bit better in one area, but then pull back in another. A perfect example is maybe you get another dollar an hour for your salary, but you get less a percentage on your sales, or they don't comp you as high on your healthcare because
Mhm.
that's a popular thing to pay up to 50 up to no, to pay 50% up to $150 of like whatever your healthcare is.
Mhm. Mhm.
I'm sure it's very fascinating for listeners out there. But that's what I'm saying. When it comes to that stuff, you always have to ask, and then
Yeah.
you just see what they say.
Yep.
But other than that, I mean, I've never put together an offer letter.
Okay.
I would feel. Did you do that?
I did. It was my first time though. That's kind of
Did you like? Did you steal it off the internet?
sort of. Like, okay, so fun fact, I got my offer letter for my new job the Friday before I got married. So there was a lot happening in this week leading up to my wedding, right? All the pre-wedding stuff that I still had to get done. Also interviewing, because I did one interview that Monday before my wedding, and then getting the offer letter, talking to the recruiter. It was just a lot. And I was very tired that whole week. I was like, okay, I just got to make it through this wedding. And then I was off from work. So this is kind of where all like my 2 week notice really was like 6 days notice type thing. Because
Yeah.
it just happened the way it is. And I can't plan it. That wasn't my fault. I wasn't planning it for it to happen that way. It just fell in my lap at that time. So I was like, yeah, I'll take it.
No, I mean that's how things happen. And look, I you gave them a full 2 weeks, right? So it's not like they did, like it just happened to be half of your 2 weeks were while you were on vacation.
Yep. Yeah.
So
That was all.
it'd be one thing I would have an issue with like your current job wouldn't have let you give that 2 weeks if there's
Mhm.
no, you got to start now because that's bullshit.
Oh,
But
no.
whatever, it's fair play. Look, I work in a fucking right to work state. My boss can literally walk in and say, I don't like the way you look today. Go home for the rest of your life. Like
Don't
that,
come back.
that specifically actually might be discrimination. So maybe
Yeah,
not that
that's
one, but they can legit fire me for any reason. Like
I think that's illegal.
they don't have to have cause. So you know, like honestly, you can just say, I don't think his work is good enough, and you're fired. So that's fun.
That is fun. I must say though, working at at a healthcare facility, I mean private healthcare facility, I haven't heard of people being let go, but being working here, I have seen people go into my boss's office, leaving crying type stuff. Like,
Yeah, because like that's the difference between public
mhm,
and private, right? Like when it's public, we just the money's flowing, so we just got to make sure that the boat doesn't sink. When it's private, it's like, yo, we got to fill this fucking hole and get more money at the same time.
mhm.
Why aren't you doing that, Sally? You dumbass.
Fucking Sally.
Those fucking
Fucking
TPS
Sally's.
were due on my desk.
Why does it bring anger out of you?
Honestly, offices in general, just to me, breed stress and maybe not necessarily animosity, but like just it makes you not always be the best version of yourself because of all the things going on, right? Now,
I can see that.
does that mean that you're allowed to be an asshole or whatever? No, of course not. You have, as an adult, it is your responsibility to overcome those things. I use medication. Um, but to me, that's just always. It's always where I go when I talk about those situations. Plus, you said the girl came out crying, so
Yeah, there's like a few, like I don't even know the people, so we worked on different floors or whatever, and I'm like in one quadrant of our floor. And on the whole other side, another quadrant, right? One of the bosses came up to my desk and she was like, "Hey, can I take your Kleenex box?" And I go, I guess here, take it, because I knew she was like a higher level up, so I'm not gonna say no, you can't take my Kleenex box. Like, so I was like, yeah, sure. And I never got my Kleenex box. First of all, for being a private healthcare company, they don't give us Kleenex boxes. I have to provide my own.
no job is good enough for you.
Like, damn, man, can't y'all like
when
said,
I was when
fucking.
I was at that college, I had all the Kleenex
I
boxes.
sure did. We had all the Kleenexes. I ordered my own office supplies. Here, I have to go to like the admin services to get office supplies. I'm like, damn. But don't get me wrong, I still love this job. It's
Shut up. I work for a like literally the way that he would be defined by taxes, and I'm saying it this way because I don't want to get in trouble because you can get in trouble very easily for mentioning companies in the insurance industry,
okay.
right? So I
Hmm.
work for someone who, even though he works for technically works for a multi-billion-dollar industry or a multi-million-dollar industry, whatever,
Hmm. Yeah.
he is considered a small business owner because of the way that it's set up.
Okay.
I work for a small business owner. Do you think that he has me with my own fucking tissues? Why don't you sit on that one?
Okay. All right. All right.
I guarantee you, you get like fucking Taco Tuesday every week or some shit. Meanwhile, I'm over here like maybe on Cinco de Mayo he'll get some fucking tacos. Maybe.
Maybe go to Taco Bell and get you like that 10
I'm
taco
bullshitting, by the way.
box.
I have honestly, and I'm not saying this just because we're on the air. I have someone who actually cares about his employees, so whatever. And that's also in my opinion, a big part of being a boss.
Mm-hmm.
So, whatever his limitations are, whether it's financially or socially or whatever, yeah, I can't ask for a better place to work.
Yeah, and that's kind of what matters. Like you have to love the boss that you
Well,
work
it
with.
sounds like you don't fucking love it because you don't got tissues.
I love my bosses.
Okay.
She wasn't even my boss, okay? She was a whole different lady that didn't work in my quadrant, all right?
I don't know. I'm just along the ride with you,
But
man.
she's one of like the top bosses, so I'm not gonna say no.
Okay.
But why she didn't have her own tissue box, I don't know. Okay. I make like a crumb of what she does. I have to provide my own tissue boxes.
Oh my God. All right. Well, that was a conversation with Ryan and Judy.
Are we ending it there?
Do you? Well, I mean, honestly, no, we're not going to end it there, but we are going to have to wrap up soon because it's coming up on 8 o'clock. It's your bedtime.
I told you it's Thursday. I don't have to wake up early Fridays.
Well, I have to eat dinner. Like this fucking plate of healthiness has been staring at me.
What is that? What's
I
for dinner
got,
tonight?
I think this is pork. And then we
Okay.
got some unskinned carrots. And then we got some steamed.
Why'd you have to say it like that? Unskinned.
Who doesn't skin the fucking carrot?
Unskinned.
It's not skinned. There's no the skin was
Why
not
did you
on
say?
it.
Can't you say peeled?
It's not
Unpeeled?
peeled. It has the skin on it.
I
Though.
know, but don't call it that. It's the peel.
It's not okay. One, carrots don't have peels. I don't. Do they?
You
Oh,
peel a
okay.
carrot.
I'm not Gordon Ramsay. Okay, I don't care. Okay, but one.
I'm gonna start calling it unskinned. Like whenever I don't peel potatoes, it's an unskinned potato, all right?
No.
It is what it is.
Peel the potato. You're skinning it. You. That's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna skin the potato.
The peel is still on the carrot. It's not skinned. It's unskinned.
Stupid. Oh my god.
I fully understand how tough this is. I've just gone so far that I can't have people getting unskinned incorrect. No. Unskinned trademark TM.
You better go trademark that because now you gotta write a cookbook and just put unskinned potatoes.
I'll have her write the cookbook, but then every time she's supposed to peel something, I'll just do my editorial thing. Yep, unskinned. I can't wait for you to tell your husband about that.
I'm telling him, like, I'm waiting for him to walk through the store so I could tell him, but he's not back yet.
How high was he, is what he will ask. Oh, wait, can you hand my Switch, please? Before we go, something that your husband, I mean, I know he's not a huge Nintendo Switch guy, but something he might appreciate is I got this for my Switch, which is, it's nice. It looks nicer than it actually is. It's just, I'm good, thank you. It's just a case to put the Switch in, but it's nice and it holds the hands nicely. And for me, I don't know.
And it's not like those little tiny, okay.
Well, no, it's not like the Joy-Cons. And the Joy-Cons, I've had mine for like 3 years now, so the drift on them is pretty ridiculous. I don't want to pay $80 fucking for another set. So
I like that. Okay, so let me just say quick side story.
Okay.
He bought me Animal Crossing for the Switch.
Uh-oh, you just got her attention.
Like, early whenever we were early dating, like 2020 when it was big, right, during the pandemic. And I played it for about 200 hours, right? Because you can say how much you played it. I haven't played it all year. And I always tell him, I go, can you check on our island? Like when we're on our road trips and he's on his Switch or something playing. But we haven't checked our island, so I'm pretty sure.
Bitch.
I've been busy.
You have him check it.
But he hasn't checked it. That's the thing. Like, my
Man,
poor island is probably like roach infested, and all of
oh
my
God.
neighbors left. But anyways, if you guys have Animal Crossing, you can come visit my island.
Oh, I really do hope that you're giving him blowies on the fucking daily. Because that man deserves it. That is a good man. I check your island? What? Ladies and gentlemen, in the comments, do you check your spouse's island?
When they ask,
Well, no, obviously when they ask. My point is that it'd be one thing if you went on there periodically, but you yourself said,
I
never
haven't,
go
I
on there.
haven't, I haven't turned it on in.
Yeah, so you make
Oh, yeah.
him go and check. He's doing his own thing in Animal Crossing. You shouldn't mess with his virtual experience. Now he's got to do a voyage over to some fucking desolate virtual island.
That's roach
Cobwebs
infested now.
everywhere. All the
My poor
trees are
island.
dead.
My poor what?
I'm saying probably got cobwebs everywhere. All the trees
Probably
are dead.
does.
So
Honestly, like I'll report back. I will play Animal Crossing this weekend just so I can report back to the podcast next week.
you just want to give. No, that would have been mean. I'm not gonna say that.
Don't say it.
I
Although I never got to talk about, like, there were so much other things I wanted to talk about with work, but we just ran out of time.
I know. Uh, we had to tell the story and experience the toy arms deal that went down.
That was very interesting, and shout out to your moms for coming
Shout
through.
out to your
Apparently,
mom for being the true champion of all big heads everywhere.
I
And
love her. Did I tell you she still follows me on Instagram and she still comments on like my pictures and stuff? And she's like,
yeah,
oh,
because she doesn't use Instagram the way that most people use it as a form of trying to get popular. She uses it as like, oh, I'm actually trying to stay in contact with this person.
I love that. It's great. She's awesome.
She is awesome. I love
She's
her.
pretty great.
You. I mean, that'd be weird if I didn't love my mom. But
Yeah.
that's a therapist session for another day.
Yeah.
So, Judy, this was fun. We will get back together next week.
Yes.
And yeah, thanks
Yes.
for anyone who decided to be here with us. Thank you. We appreciate it. And and we'll talk to you soon.
Alrighty. Bye.
Bye.